Hey, Thabreakmasta here, and this is gonna be my Nazo no Kanojo X or Mysterious Girlfriend X. Yes, episode 3 review. Uh, it's a good episode. This episode is more or less their bond, what kind of bond they have, and what they share. And so they kind of have to go through a test basically through this episode to see how their bond is basically. So basically we're gonna go to key points again. Basically, the episode starts off and it shows that apparently Ueno, Tsubaki's best friend, he apparently has a girlfriend, and he ends up stumbling upon that because he ends up going in at the at the school, going through the classroom and everything, and he ends up seeing him and this girl kiss. And the girl's name is Oka, which is a very interesting name. It's very simple. There's a lot of O's in this name, by the way. But yeah, so they're together and everything, and he finds this out, and he's basically his best friend's telling him, "Hey, don't tell anybody this or anything like that. You know, I don't want no one knowing about this." And so he's like, "Yeah, I won't do that. I won't do that." And so that he kind of gets jealous because they get the kiss and he didn't get the kiss. He doesn't get to kiss Urabe or even get to hug her or hold hands, nothing. You know, so he kind of got jealous for they couldn't kiss her or anything like that. And so just kind of brings up the conversation, and he ends up telling her while they're doing work, saying, "Hey, Oka and Ueno, yeah, they're together now and they're kissing and stuff," and like, ha ha ha. And he's like, no effect. And she was like, "What, you want to kiss or something?" And so, yeah, not necessarily saying that, but she ends up getting this test tube, and then she puts some drool in it, and it's just, I was like, oh my god, he's just gonna like drink that or something? He's gonna just like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I need in the morning. Because he's supposed to drink that before he goes to sleep, because something's supposed to happen. So, he does that. He doesn't actually just drink it out of the test tube, but he puts his finger in it and, gets some out. Well, not his finger in it, but it's just the whole point he drinks it. It's nasty. But yeah, he ends up having this dream apparently, and he ends up actually kissing Urabe in the dream. But it's not like a there's a regular kiss. It was a swap kiss where she had like a candy in her mouth, and he's like, "Oh, you want one, Tsubaki?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she ends up turning around and kissing him, putting the candy in his mouth, and he's like, "Oh my god, why you do that for?" He's like, "You should kiss when we understand each other's feelings." And so he ends up waking out of that dream, and he's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Because he wanted to make the first kiss more special than that, So he ends up coming back, and he ends up telling her, "Yeah, I drunk some of the your spit, and I had this weird dream, and I was like, it was just we kissed and everything like that." And he's like, "I'd rather just wait until a special moment so we understand each other's feelings before we even kiss and stuff." And that kind of actually made Robbie happy, because like I agree, I like that too. And so yeah, they kind of have this little bond going on there. But then after all that was happening, we ended up seeing this other guy, and his name is Ogata. He's a popular boy. He plays soccer. A lot of girls like him and everything like that. And he ended up confessing, he likes Urabe and everything like that. Because he ends up like looking at her a lot, and Tsubaki noticed that, and he's like, "What's going on with this?" He was wondering what was going on, and so yeah, after school, as they usually walk home, he's asking, what did that guy want and everything. He's like, "Well, he ended up confessing to me and everything." And he's like, "Oh my god, what you say?" And he's like, she didn't even decide yet. She actually is like, "I'm gonna give him my answer tomorrow." And it's like, yeah, and then he had then Tsubaki had this thought, and he's like, "Man, why didn't she just reject him right away? We're boyfriend girlfriend. What's going on here? Like, she actually has to just decide who to be with." It's just I can see where he's coming from with that too. It's like, why didn't she just reject him immediately? Because here's a weird thing about this. It's just, this is what I don't really understand. It's like the next day they'll to see if she's gonna confess to, or if she's gonna say yes or no to the boy. They end up going to it. She ends up getting the spit like she normally does, but puts it in Ogata's mouth this time. And apparently, every time he put spit in Tsubaki's mouth, he always has this weird reaction to it. Oh yeah, by the way, she's not wearing panties the next day too, because she wanted to get in a different mindset. But that's like, yeah. So she ends up putting spit in Ogata's mouth, which is weird, because the thing is, he didn't feel anything. Now, here's the thing. She was like, "Oh yeah, this is our bond," because this is how the episode basically goes off ending. Like, this is our bond. She ends up putting spit in his mouth. He ends up having a nosebleed because she was in a different mindset, a mental state, because she had no panties on and everything. So it kind of made her uneggs, I guess. And so that embarrassment and that blushiness of her rubbed off on him, which made his nose bleed. And that's why that's the connection they have. That's what that they share that no other boy that shares with Arabe. So that's kind of answering the question I had the last episode. I was asking, like, what would happen if he ended up if Robert gave some spit to someone else? I guess it doesn't have the same effect. So those two actually have some special bond. But the thing is, that was in the episode. He's like, I'm happy that we had this kind of bond and everything. But here's the thing that really kind of made me scratch my head. What if Ogata did have some kind of reaction to her spit? What then? What was gonna be her answer then? Was she actually gonna say yeah to him or what? Because I mean, that's a weird test to do if it's just weird. I mean, you see what I'm getting from with this? Just like, why would she bother sharing spit with someone else, which is disgusting. But that guy don't even know what happened either. He don't even know what happened. But yeah, so if it actually worked on him, he had some kind of reaction to it. What we're gonna do, Arame, huh? We're actually gonna leave your boy Tsubaki, huh? I'm just saying. So I don't know. That was just a little weird, and it made me scratch my head. Like, wait a minute. Why would she do that? But yeah. So this episode is actually pretty good. To see next episode, we're gonna get to see more of Oka this time. Oka, her face, like, she's not really that cute. Like, it looked for a second there, I thought it was a boy kind of almost. But then you look at her, she has some feminist to her. It's just it's not quite there. I know the next episode she looks better actually. So yeah, leave a comment below and tell me what you think of this episode. And what do you guys think? Like, if Ogata had a similar feeling to how Tsubaki reacts to her spit, what do you think Aurora would do? Like, let's talk about this. So yeah, this has been the Breakmaster. This has been my Nazo no Kanojo X episode 3 review, and until then, break out.